What's up, YouTube? Alright, before we get into the video, I know this is a little late, alright? We even got a little trailer for the next episode, but when I finished the script like months ago and I just left it here just... Now the hype of the new episode coming out in a couple of days, I thought, why not finally record the video? So as we can see in the title, we're talking about the amazing
digital circus.
Now hold on. Give me a sec. No, this is not a kid's show. No, it's not some cringy type of, you know what? Maybe there's some cringy moments, but it's okay. But I first saw this show earlier last 2025. I was in my room chilling, and my cousin, he walks in, puts on the TV. I'm like, let me watch some stuff. And I was little, you know, when you're doing something, but you gotta side eye it. I'm side-eyeing, I'm thinking like, is this a kid's show? But I didn't deep it, I left it go. It wasn't until like a couple months later I went to go watch it myself and I was like, okay, this is peak fiction. Yeah, a bit much, my fault. But nah, honestly, this is a good show. It's a good watch. Also, I thought it'd be like a whole season now. I didn't realize there'd be like 4 or 5 episodes. Like, I get animation takes time, but damn, we still not done? How many years has it been? I feel like an Attack on Titan fan again. Oh my gosh. But yeah, to put it, if you haven't watched episode 6 or 5, yeah, I'm not making that joke. Yeah, I'm grown. The show consists of 5 to 6 people trapped in a VR simulation type world that may or may not be in an abandoned building. We still went at that point. Yeah, when the show finishes, we'll probably get to that point in the next 2 episodes. But yeah, oh, just slap the mic, my fault. But that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about if they're in VR or not or whatever. Our main focus is the AI overlord known as CAINE, and everything that goes down in episode 7, which answers some question but leaves us with more questions. So let's get into it. Now, to state plainly, CAINE isn't a trustworthy narrator, you know, like many people before him other shows, like 2018 Joker. Yes, even me, I thought he pulled the bad B like Zazie Beetz. I thought that. I thought she was going to be the Harley Quinn. I was wrong. We were all wrong. It was all a dream.
Wake up to reality.
But yeah, a lot of that film was either in his head or never happened. And we don't fully understand. We weren't even sure if it actually happened. You know, it made us question like, what part of the film was real? What part of the film was fake? Did this happen? Did that even happen? Who knows? You know, if only they had made a sequel, you know, to help us fully No, I will not acknowledge you. Get out of my room. But anyways, back to the amazing digital circus. Now, there's many things that CAINE says that we just take for face value, like you would in any show. If you watch a show for the first time, everything you see in here, you go take it. Unless you see something that makes you question what you're watching, which is what this show does. As the show progresses, we realize more and more the things CAINE is saying cannot be trusted, and he might be, you know, leading us on a bit. Also, I don't know if you can hear, but it's actually raining outside. Like, it's late as hell, raining heavy as, like, I want to open the window because it's hot, but you end up hearing all that rain sound. We don't need that ruining my recording. Without fully delving into how I say his words can't be trusted just yet, we need to look at a big component of the show, and that's... See, to fully understand abstractions, we need to look at how abstractions are caused and what they are. So, from the standpoint, the first time we see abstraction is from episode 1 with Cosmo. We don't understand why he abstracts or how he abstracts. We just see him as a giant monster with glowing rainbow type eyes. So this is your sign someone's abstracted. Giant black and rainbow glowing eyes. Now, with the most latest episode, it changes our understanding of what an abstraction could be. Now, if we go back to what I just talked about, the first abstraction we see, Cosmo, we don't know what led to it. We don't know what caused him other than something about exit. Same way Pomni starts acting in the first episode. She goes crazy thinking about she saw an exit somewhere, and I think it almost causes her to abstract, running around looking for this exit, running for that little old office space type area that looks like she's in the exit. You know, if you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. You wouldn't watch the video unless you know what I'm talking about. Throughout the series, we see Pomni and even Jack's eyes both go scribbly and wobbly, that's scribbly. Are these even words? What am I saying? Anyways, we see the eyes make this type of scratched out type effect, as if they're about to tweak, about to abstract. Now, from this we can infer that Abstractions are derived from bad emotions, stress, depression, that type of stuff. When we see Gango in episode 4, after everyone tells them how annoying they are, try to avoid them during the adventure. Side note, I didn't know Gango was going to abstract until I saw comments online mentioning it, so I kind of missed this. But back to my point. You see that from everyone telling Gango how annoying they were and everything, that they were ready to just abstract and completely just log out the system. From these key moments, we can tell abstractions are seen as a negative thought, are seen to be dealt with negative thoughts. With the addition of episode 7, it flips that on its head with Jack's double side. I genuinely didn't know the guy was gonna abstract. I don't know how I keep missing it. If it wasn't for another YouTuber, I saw a video, she showed it out. Recently when I rewatched the episode, like, damn, I'm not watching properly. Oh my god. I promise you, I'm watching this show with my eyes open. While Jax is dreaming, I thought it was just a peaceful state, a peaceful state where we'll get lots of context clues about why he's depressed, why he keeps people far. Because the episode prior, he was arguing with Pomni and tries to keep everyone at arm's length. But when Pomni comes towards his door and knocks, we see just before he wakes up, his eyes are all colourful. My fault. I just got distracted. Something on my hand. Anyways, we see his eyes are all colourful and glowy. Now, where have we seen these colours before, or this effect?
Wake up! That's it!
Yes, Hothmo and the rest of the people who've abstracted. This lets us know that acceptance or complete serenity can also lead you to abstractions, and abstractions might be fueled by feeling strong emotions, which leads us to the next part of this conversation. For this, we have 3 defining reasons to why I believe Caine does this. Looking at the most recent episode, here's a clip from YouTuber Serpent Talks. They go on to say that they believe Caine puts flashes of memories of the real world into Jack's head, which was why he's forced to panic and runs towards the button and press the red button to make everyone stay in the circus.
Which raises a terrifying question: how much control does Caine really have over their minds? Then Jax finally snaps. We see flashes of the real world, and based on his reaction, Jax does not want to go back.
This mixed with the added shouting from Jax when he says, "You got in my head," which could be him referring to this, the flashes that he got, could be him realizing that it happens at this time, so it has to be Caine. That's just me inferring. The second reason also comes from Jax. I know Jax is the main catalyst for helping me figure out all this stuff, but hey, just go with it. Now, the reason I say this also comes from Jax. Jax mentions several factors that have us believe that Caine's lying. Jack mentions the super sauce, which was meant for a burger but accidentally gets in the eye of Ragnarsar and changes the whole personality throughout the whole episode. But also in a different episode, he ends up making Jax vegan for a short period of time, mostly for the whole different type of venture they're on, which is the rest of the episode. These are 2 defining facts. There's also one more time with Jax where instead of re-explaining a game to everyone where they play with guns, he uploads the rules of the game like a computer straight to his head, so that Jax would understand completely.
Start.
With him?
Wait, what am I doing? I wasn't paying attention.
So from the source to changing his eating preferences to uploading the rules straight to his brain, it's clear Caine can alter minds.
Circus? One of the few things I don't have control over are your mind.
Now, for the final instance, the most shocking one comes from Caine. While trying to defend himself and credits everyone, Caine says something.
Now, hold on, guys. Wait. I may have the ability to add temporary modifiers to make adventures more interesting, but that's it. If I did anything more, trust me, it would not end well.
In this clip, he states if he was to mess with their minds, which completely contradicts what he says to Pomni in episode 1.
Circus? One of the few things I don't have control over are your mind.
Which lets us know that this is a blatant lie. What follows the clip is what Kinga says, which shocks fans, and theorists are going they're going wild, like they took this, they're gone, trying to figure out what did he mean.
Not end well.
Scratch the first abstraction.
Hey! I didn't.
And no, we're not talking about Scratch the Golden Cat. not that Scratch. It could be a cool little reference that I got, maybe, to a lot of us had to code back in the day, but I don't think it's that. Now this has multiple implications. This whole bit here. First being, Scratch could be how Caine discovered he can't tamper with their mind without causing major damage or causing them to freak out. And also, this is a side note. Like earlier in the episode, I kind of knew Caine would kill Abel because Cain, Abel, the moment he made himself, the Bible is what. Like, let's get back to the program. Caine's a program, and what does a program do when it finds an issue? It tries to resolve it for you, and that's probably what he's tried to do with the humans. But the human mind is 10's more complicated than any computer. You can't just control. Oh, I forgot my buttons as I needed there. This part wasn't in the script. I'm just hold on, wait. this part is in the script. I'm just saying stuff now. Let's get back to the script. Caine can't just alter something in the mind and hope it fixes it immediately like that. It's not possible. The mind's too complicated. Also in this final scene, Pomni also says,
Our names?
No!
If we go back to episode 1 where she says she can't remember her name, instead of Caine to say, that's how everyone is when they enter the circus, he says,
Remember my name!
Nobody can remember their name once they enter the digital circus. One of the few things I don't have control over are your minds. So
which leads us to now believe Caine might have more to do with everyone not remembering their names. When they all get there, they know how they got to the circus. They remember their lives up into the circus. They remember how they got to the circus, where they were and how they entered it. The only thing they're missing is their name. Also, I believe trauma could play a part, but I didn't write that part in the script. It's not even a thing here, so maybe I'll make a short video for that. Maybe. To conclude, Caine causes obstructions through manipulating the cast's minds. He lies about being able to do so, and he might even be lying about why they don't remember their names and several other things. He makes them go through traumatic adventures and elevating their emotions to a degree where it's even more possible for them to abstract. Now, does he know he's doing this? Is this intentional? Who knows? But we know he's the main cause of many abstractions. But all in all, Caine is a liar who's hiding more than he's letting on. And now he knows that, and now the cast knows that too. Don't trust him even more than they really didn't. Also, there was a whole scene where the mannequin just did a whole bunch of info dumping, and I don't know if we can really trust that information. Like maybe some of it could be true, but Caine did say
the CNA stuff, the pods, the way
a
out.
fabrication of my incredible world-building skills.
So maybe it was all just to sell the lie. Who knows? Maybe there was some factual in there, but I doubt it. Alright, I thought this was going to be like a little quick video, but look at the timer now. It's, from what I'm recording, it's looking like it's going to be a nice, decent one. Cool. Also, videos, they're really slow right now. That's my fault. There's been a lot of issues here. My PC just decided to commit toaster bath, so it's not here no more. Yeah, PC gone for now. Trying to get a new one. I'm currently on my laptop, so I'm probably going to try to go back to editing back on my laptop again. I don't currently have my editing software, so that's why I haven't uploaded no videos. I do intend to finish Lost Records because I started it. I want to play the Poppy Playtime series. Little Nightmares and Reanimal are 2 games I want to play as well. Little Nightmares 3. I did record and play the demo, and I'm planning to play the series as well with a friend of mine. So we're gonna get that out, edited and everything, and I. Woo! Nigga show!
He's sitting there munching on you. Oh my god.
I will play Dispatch. Ditch? I mean Dispatch. Fuck. I know, very late, but like Shrek says.
Better out than in, I always say.
Never mind, that's the wrong clip. Better late than never. So I'll get all the series out, plus a lot of stuff. We're gonna get all working. But with that being said, what are your theories and ideas? Drop them down below for the next episode of the Baseball Circus, or even when the next episode comes and you get some more information. Just drop it down below. This is like my first little YouTube video essay. Maybe I might do more of these. I kind of like this. This is kind of fun. Writing the script for and everything. Maybe I might do a breakdown of like Yuji versus Higuruma, because I'm sorry, what lawyer? What school did he go to learn them hands? Oh my god! I have never seen a lawyer throw hands the way Higuruma did. This man can't be a real lawyer. He must take some type of form of martial arts in his spare time. Oh, I might even talk about From, a new season coming out. Invincible is coming to / The Boys / Dead Up. Like those 3 shows, I don't mind doing some videos on those too, because it's had to be a good 2 months. Oh man, 3 months we count Spider-Man and War 2, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. I'm running up the time, but it's getting too long. But with that being said, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.